And it's loud. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Let's see what shenanigans we can get Harry Dubois and Kim Katsuragi into today. I failed miserably talking to this guy.
Left town, but the clowns are still here.
Why don't I just arrest you, Titus? Yeah, lawman, why don't you? It's almost an anthropological sight watching him try to assert dominance over you. Not in a resting mood, that's a different guy. His mean little eyes have come alive with hatred. By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You can hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. While the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve, there's a knife in there. Some of the others reach for their belts, their eyes alight. You confess murder. I'm taking you in. Look, coppers, I know you think you're doing your job here, but there are 7 of us and 2 of you. Almighty God. Even Dick Mullen has a 45. I don't feel like I'm prepared for this. You're under arrest! The last thing you hear is a little murmur. Not a blast, not an echo. No one screams. It's impossible to see where it comes from. I figured as much. I just wanted to see. Alright, so we're starting the stream off with a death. That's okay. I just wanted to see what would happen. And it looks like we're not ready to act tough with Mr. Titus over there. So I have my stream preview off, so if you guys see any issues, please let me know, because I won't be able to tell. It's still Tuesday. It's still too early to go see the man on the balcony. Humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. Well, he's selling it again. The food gift from the people of Messina. We were gonna talk to the racist. Oh, we need to wait until Kim leaves, I think, before we talk to the racist Martinaise driver or lorry driver. Did I do this yet? Do I have the? What is this? Okay. I don't think I put a point in visual calculus. I didn't put a point in visual calculus. Box of sunglasses, we can do that again, but it's formidable. Back wall's impossible. Not going to open that. We're going to interact with this first. I don't know what it wants me to do. Do I have a holster? Oops, wrong one. Oh, right hand held. Let's put the can back in there. The can holder is what I meant by that. What were we gonna do? I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today. We're gonna look at the back wall. Boing, 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 boing. This... What is that? It's nothing I can interact with. Can we do it? Less than 20%. But we're awesome. Because you see it, finally, this wall is sublime. Look at it. The shadows, the colors. All the others, all the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this. The uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color appealed from the very face of God. Oh, wall father, Kim, I must paint the wall, add even more beauty to it. Huh? He sounds tired of it all. First, I know you're tired, Kim, but take another look at the wall. Draw nourishment from its beauty. Mm-hmm, sure. I'm sure I'll find the materials, then we can come back to this magnificent wall. I suppose we'll have to pass by it again by some point anyway. What's the task? I need to ask people about that tattoo. You've seen an exceptionally beautiful wall in Martinaise. Did I spell that right in my stream? I did. Near the pier, and have decided to add to its beauty artistically. This will take a brush first. Who would have one? Then paint, and then the act itself. I don't know who to ask about the tattoos. Who would know about history? Do you know about history? Cindy, I need some paint in your brush. What for? I'm doing renovation. It's boring but necessary. But boring. You're not using my lovely brush to spread boredom. For art. It's for art, okay? Well, it's for art, but what kind of art are we talking about? Be honest, I haven't thought of it, but I'm sure. Well, grand art, art deluxe. Deluxe? The artsiest, the most groundbreaking, the... Everything is sad and shit. We need art to make it, okay? Just give me the brush. Sounds like you're about to live out of your self-pity, not make a statement. I can't have shit art. You'll see. You'll all see and tremble. Oofed. Oofed, oofed, oofed. This is a red check. I need more conceptualization. I don't know who to ask about tattoos. Maybe Kuno? Kuno's the only one I can think of with the knowledge, well, any gang knowledge, which is just sad. What's this? The coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. The coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible. Look inside. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the words O-N-U-C written in backwards. The N and the C are scribbled backwards. Shift the focus to the background. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and grays appears. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather, worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this is the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of Pericarnassus Church. Pericarnassian Church, a star, a great moral height to be strived toward. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. Around the large wooden building, you see a chunk of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice. Poor little viewer. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic. Oh wait, there's something else I could say. Vandalism, shake your head. Probably some kids. A simple but clever solution to a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity. Okay, what about this one? Ooh, toss a coin in. Your money disappears into the coin slot. A clunk, the ring of metal. Pull the handle and look inside. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the viewer. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab gray shape, like a ghost. The lens shifts. The ghost sharpens into the islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible, and a half-sunken sea fort. Its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago, and nothing but rotten tooth remains of the anti-craft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it. There are some There are ruins of some kind of building there. Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out. Well, I saw it. Nothing over here. Ah. I need to talk to Kim, see if he has any insight. Tell him. You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief again? No, I'll wing it. There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, that's okay, I did. 3 days ago, the RCO Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinaise. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of the dispute. Mega cool, I've heard enough. Okay then, was there anything else? Would you say this is a mysterious case? No, it's not particularly a mysterious case. Why not? Lieutenant shrugs. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. Okay, so the case probably is mysterious, but could it be sexy? There is some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was. I guess that settles it then. We're from different precincts, however, in the same case. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. What do you mean? You don't know? I assume you're in on it. I don't remember being in on anything. That's good. You know what? I'm in on retrograde. You know what, Emma? Well, you know what I'm in on? A retrograde amnesia. Better still than an imbecile cop-off. Cop-off? It's just stupidity. What kind of stupidity? The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinaise is part of Jamrock or Industrial Harbor, yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to a natural conclusion. Oh, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinaise. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinaise than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off, but, he leans in, I assure you I am not their finest or toughest. With 102 cases solved, what I am is least interested in a pissing competition. So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness, on the contrary. What's so special about Martinaise? Martinaise? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They are about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here, nor the interchange doesn't exist. A tremble comes over you, another after effect of ethanol poisoning, perhaps. Feels like leaves do when they rustle in the breeze. Somewhere far away below the turbine, the 41st and the 57th. The lieutenant was right. It's not about who gets what's north. It's about who doesn't. So you volunteered to spoil it. Yes, I am an unrepentant spoil sport. I wonder what they say about me. That I was sent by the station. It's all about the master plan, you see. I'm a highly experimental cop, but if I'm right, this is an outre, even by my standards. Really? I arrive at the scene 3 days early, drink myself to oblivion, fully re-immerse myself in this reality, and then work the case from an angle so crescent fresh it produces never-before-seen results. Not only for criminology, but for the human mind. It can't be that. I'm notorious difficult to work with wunderkind, with extremely unorthodox methods. Wouldn't that be something? And who could say it's not true? If you really don't remember anything, how would you know? We should move on. Okay. Ooh, task complete. Can't finish that. It's a white check, though. With logic? Ah, I passed 120%. Let's see how we could do before it. Poop. Dumb brain, I'm good for nothing. Oh no! I probably shouldn't have wasted that, but it's okay. I keep shift tabbing and it's unfortunate. What do you guys say today?
Vigilance, officer! What can this old carabinier do for you?
I found your guard booth.
Yes, the Dubois Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political relations, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
I saw a picture in there. You were in it? Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
Okay. You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Hold on, why are you on? So who was working your shift?
No one. The booth has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard in it. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday?
Yes, it's not actually an issue. I mean,
Look, officer. What was his voice? He had a more old man voice.
look, officers, the container yard doesn't really actually need a guardsman. No, never had one before Renee. Mr. Clare had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative.
The possibility...
Now I'm forgetting voices.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals. Everett created this job for Renee because he knows the Royal Cabineer's pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off of. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Everett gets it. Big guy looking up to the small guy and everyone working together. I love it. Such dependency only weakens a man. Renee is but one man. We need a program. Renee should rent out his services, invest in a profit. There's absolutely nothing wrong with tear collecting. It's my side thing too. I'll say Everett gets it. The grimace of pain on the old man's face. The grimace of pain on the old soldier's face. Looks like he wants to argue, but he can't find the words. Finally, those moves.
Can we conclude the topic with my guard booth now?
I got it. Saw statue Felipe III.
Ah, yes, King Felipe III on his steed, a reminder of what Ravachol once was. Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold? A superpower, feared and respected, a testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king, someone who knows the rule.
Or should a king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded amongst his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. Revachol would be a different place if more people realize that. We could still be the... Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
There's some weariness in his voice now. He's heard this rant many times before. The carabinier doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
Right.
I want to go down this path again. Saw the picture of the girl. Doesn't matter. Must have seen something. So who works that shift? Mostly decorative. Cool. So he says Everett created this job for Renee because he knows the Royal Cavalier pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off of. It's not charity for me. His eyes finally lit up. Oh, okay. It's not charity for me. It's not charity. Not to me. There's a grimace of pain on the old soldier's face. Looks like he wants to add something but can't find the words. Finally, his eyes light up and says, "Up there, I give it my all. I earn my keep. But you're right, officer. There is no middle ground. It's do or die." Something about him changed. He's calmer now. Cool. So what do you do? What did you do to get those medals? For doing my duty in the heat of battle, for looking my mortality in the eye, when men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shat themselves. He saved some modest princeling who foolishly strolled into the front of the lawn in his gown of velvet and gold. So Renee, I might want to hear the story later. Right now, saved a princeling. It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of Caron and were getting really ambitious. Phone? Why? King Frizzle thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin Desrant to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Desrant was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and a cockatoo feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated. Shown from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity? He really despises Drusen fellow. Purple velvet tunic. That isn't really camo. To keep the long and bloody story short, Drusen marched us against the partisans of Caron, and when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory single file like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage. Must have been a blood path. Bastards. I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee. Okay, then what did you do? I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black. Captain Ornois, Le Fleur de Cheveux. I butchered that, I apologize. When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jawless Dressant gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. Despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one. I'd give up, can't imagine. This would have never happened to Johnny Lawjaw. My jaw's tight. I've been through worse. That's no dink, that's a fighter. So I grabbed the dink, he says with a stern look, and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived, and the jawless freak convinced Frizzle to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood, piss, and shit. He was a commanding officer and I was on duty, just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning. You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty, more than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, it's in his billowing breast, an untarnished self-worth. Sounds like you're being modest, Renee. Renee. Old Carpentier stands quiet like a statue, his features motionless. What Monsieur Modesty is telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him in Justant. 2 days later, that was. And that even whilst crawling, with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on the way. Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there. Quite impressive. Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer, they don't hand these out for anyone with a service record.
Oh no, you have to get shot, repeatedly, and you need to hold your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
I need water.
Do not...
Do not speak of what you know. Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltrun. Duty is something you will never understand. Why do you despise your son so much? Because he was so goddamn dandy. He had no business leading men or even being on the battlefield. All he was related. That's it.
Ow, ow, ow.
Royal blood alone doesn't make army commanders. He was a stupid kid, only interested in horses, hairstyles, and man-loving. And 782 Royal Cavaliers are dead because of his incompetence. Thanks for the story, Renee. Bah! There are no such stories in these days. Many such men, too. True Revacholians, men with backbone.
Oh, yes, Renee, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone was a fascia. Lord, please bring back those days if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer was anything else. Hey, baby. Thank you for the water. Could you hear me? Okay.
I was listening.
Thank you. You should try and come up with a heroic story of your own. Not gonna do that just yet. Thank you for your time. Can I not get up this way? Thank you, Kim. So it's not yet time for... Is there... Oh, there's a box. Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. Didn't even know this was here. That was probably the guy who's sitting on the corner. Most military wear with a few more eccentric fashions. Sawed-off streetlight. Typical Martinaise streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. Is that a streetlight? Yes, officer. As you can see, it's in perfect working condition. His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide. Where did you get this? This brought to me altered. We're not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever that what he's done here. How much for the streetlight? 700 real. A bargain, I dare say. There's one on every corner. 700 sounds about right. I'm not going to buy it. The light pole has been carefully cut and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly but persistently. This would make quite the statement in your living room. It would indeed. Wow, a very large red T with an impressive print stands out. Oh yeah? Oh yeah. The print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Heimdall burning. The antlers on the hood of the man's cloak and his piercing blue eyes are familiar. What's the deal with the man on the shirt? It's the man from Heimdall. Walking away from his burning village, yes. I'm guessing I'm supposed to know who this man from Heimdall is, but I lost my memory. Huh? I said I lost my memory and need help remembering the basic facts about reality. Oh, I see. That's tough, man. I feel the same way sometimes. The man from Heimdall is the hero of a series of popular books based on fiction versions of Kala. You skimmed through the man from Heimdall, though. In fact, most people don't think that the man from Heimdall really ever really existed, but they are wrong. Heimdall isn't a real place. Neither is a man a real man, of course, but both the man and Heimdall are ontological necessities. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about it. What did you mean the man from Heimdall is real? I mean, even if the man from Heimdall didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really. Okay. You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is more robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Katla, though not quite as far north as Heimdall. That's not Heimdall. Helmdall? Helmdall, and watch the northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique and energetic tides there. His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting. Very, very unique energies indeed. Geomagnetic ley lines, one might even say. Sniff the shirt. Smells like worn cotton. Worn cotton with the side of flea market or trash bin. Sniffing is okay, but please don't try on anything. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy. You're not imagining it. Photon emissions? What is he talking about? What is the shirt? 2 real. I could buy the shirt. Lieutenant raised his hand. That's dirt cheap. Cool. I'll think about it. Okay. Records. Welcome to the pawn shop. Hi, pawn shop. Fingertip to see more. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you, golden orange, and a sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it. If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape. You sure this is all in working order? Absolutely, I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds, and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music. That's odd, he doesn't like music. What do you like then? The stuff I record myself. Silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by, nocturnal animals climbing on roof, airship rotors, that kind of things. Maybe you should ditch music as well, get into more experimental sounds he's describing. I do need that, I'm pretty sure. I think. Is the Harman Woshi W02, made in Vesper, designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. I'll set you back 12 real. I ain't got 12 real. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, other in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Ooh, that's pretty high. Try to find something pretty cool, then use it to win her back. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? Why, what's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing a futuristic tracksuit trousers that say F-A-L-N? Fallen? What's this? Oh, that's a headless fallen rider. Who? The Headless Fallen Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the street of Revachol sporting a fallen tracksuit. As you can see, he's missing his head. 50 cents bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations. Win her back. Yes, buy something nice, a figurine. Inspect the knights on horseback. Big men on horseback, clad in lamiar armor and carrying flintlocks. The kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye. Who are they? Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys. Inspect the blue uniforms. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets. Wait, this guy looks like Rene, the old guy who was playing pétanque. This is what the Loyalists looked like, yes. At first, then Then they would wise up and got camouflage. Are these royalist soldiers? Which ones? Ah, yes. They are. Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colors indiscriminately. Figurines and rags. This set soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols, some even shovels and tall sticks. Are these even soldiers? You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers. Revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. Contrast is meant to be disheartening, as it ought to be. I don't like either set very much, to be honest, but there are very many parents among the customers. Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you. So, can I put it in my hands? Oh, he rides a bull. I think I missed that part. Bang, 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 bang. Alright. Bust of a woman. Alright, now let's talk to him.
It's not often that I see officers of the RCM in my pawn shop.
I gave him the wrong voice. It's not often. He talks like this,
What
alright.
can I do for you?
Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting
no,
you.
not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard, he's probably on Pyrrolodin? Pyrrolodin. The tough to come by on the street. Pyrrolodin, what's that? A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has a psychedelic side effect, and it makes your eyes turn yellow. It's just me, or is it really warm around here? I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature. It's pretty obvious you're under the influence there. Pyrrolidin is just something since People's Pile's disaster. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade, had to take it for the radiation sickness. He's taking it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days. It must have been tough. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths, cancer mostly, and we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could. Whose fault was it the generator failed? No one's, everyone's. A bunch of people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? What's People's Pile? A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you, too. The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance. A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile. Why is it called the People's Pile? Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued to work on it after the Commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Evishal West. Needless to say, things didn't work out. Why did it fail? An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in an explosion. Both the faulty design and the lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe. Tell me more about the emergency relief brigade you were a part of.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the heart to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick.
How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened. 15 years ago I was young then. Later my second aunt died, left me this shack and the assorted junk in it.
Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than story. Outward movement, no vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, man. Vortices? Vortices, my man. There's something I'd like to sell. I don't want to sell any of this. I don't have anything to sell at the moment. Do you happen to have any guns?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned
A couple days back. What the fuck, Harry Dubois? The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another alert. At least I know how I lost my sword arm. Wait, I sold you my gun?
You're adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were underserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't think I like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this straight. You sold your sidearm issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a citizen is running around the streets of Martinaise with it. I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia? You're right. You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. You have to find her. Any idea on where I can find the buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There's nothing you can do about it right now. You'll just have to hope Everett wasn't lying and the Union can track her down. Have people from Everett?
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in yesterday, looking like they're just taking off the Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have police weapons to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was just a trip, but you know, all sorts of people coming and going.
Wait. Then it might be true. Everett's claims. Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun. You might be able to aid in her. Yeah, he has nothing to add to that.
I doubt it.
La la.
But I can try and answer your questions you have.
Know anything about the recent hanging? I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad business for everyone. Oh boy. Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know you're a Copo type. Capo type. Wait, there's a Capo type? Yes, guess what's yours? I was kind of hoping I'm a superstar cop. That's only a ludicrous daydream. Guess again. You're the cool cop? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorry. So let's make it official then, shall we? Won't the other capo types be jealous? What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine, don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual capo type from sorry to anything. I'm sorry. Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info, or maybe every time you say sorry, say you're sorry, you get $1,000,000. That won't happen. But can it? So I'm not getting anything from these. -1 empathy. Oh, well, the learning caps go up. Okay. What's the sorry? -1 authority. Do I have anything that gives me, like, help? No. Oh, fuck you too. We out. Peace. Thank you, pawn shop owner. I already forgot your name. And by forgot, I mean I didn't learn it in the first place. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, so we know a woman bought my gun. At least it gets me closer on some things. Okay, ooh, that's new. The crumpled billboard reading Samarian butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blond boy depicted. The sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open and thus out of order. The Samarian butter. Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it. Goat milk butter. The Samarian terrain makes it easy to raise goats than cows. The local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add variety to the other nations' diets. It's an acquired taste. Weehaw! Great. Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines in the burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle. Look at the crater. Side slip marks indicate that the vehicle is traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers per hour. The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack. Great. The panel served as a takeoff ramp. The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the post. Then it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it. The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. The Samarian butter billboard looks freshly painted, suggesting it took the plunge recently. How recently? Past 72 hours? Huh, I wonder who could have done that, Harry Dubois. Still speeding, the vehicle made the loop and vanished into the fog along the coast. What was the model of the phantom vehicle? There are two good candidates, Cupri 40 and Lineage G22. Why Cupri 40? It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on the motor carriage. The Cupri 40 is a very popular model with bank clerks, topping pie delivery drivers, secondary school teachers, cops, strippers dressed as cops, undressed strippers. Okay, what about the Lineage G22? Very sturdy but light motor carriage, more likely than most to survive the jump. The Lineage G22 is not a particularly popular model due to the peculiar portions, which the manufacturer's design team probably thought about for too long. What now? Now? You have to follow the checks to make sure. Blink. Lieutenant looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis. Hey, want to guess where my car is? Reckless traffic hooliganism. I'm gonna go with Lineage G22. That's quite likely from what I can tell. I have some ideas of who might have done it. Oh? It had to be someone really courageous and cool. I suppose that narrows it down. Fortunately, we're not traffic cops. What shall we do about the murder? I should get back to murder. I know who did it. At least I have a good guess. Did I put points in visual calculus? I did not, because it's not glowing, so I can't look at it just yet. Oh, Harry. How close am I to leveling up? 3/4 of the way there. So visual calculus is probably going to be the next one. If not, maybe empathy. Well, hold on. Conceptualization. I don't know what I need logic. I wish I could do a drop down on these. From A to Zurika Guide to Well-Behaved Cockatoo. That's gotta be these guys, right? We'll just jump on through. Do 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 do. Trying to find. Huh. Maybe I talked to the lady over here. She's the one who brought it up. No, you've got nothing. Little girl, I wish to ask you a question. Who is that? Oh, Auntie Billy. She's nice, if a bit distressed. I meant to ask more. She's your aunt? No, sir. She's a working woman who comes to look at the books a lot. Okay. I'm not gonna ask you about school. Maybe she knows about tattoos. No, she doesn't know anything about tattoos. What about this? You see a tattered curtain blocking the way to another room. A strange cage like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
What's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing books. Don't feel compelled to look at the book. Don't compelled to look at the books. Then look at the books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she draws you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Examine the strange cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron, assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye socket stares at you. From the looks of this traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges for the Seminese, inhabitants of the Ile des Fantômes, the Simonine Islands down south. Pull 'em open! Just as you pull up the curtains, a petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits. It's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. Too dangerous.
She looks away mumbling, why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people? Beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons to not mess with the curtains. Just step away, my dear sir.
Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. I just don't go there. I can't allow it. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness. I'll think about it for a while. Ah, joke's on you.
No! Please, just talk to me, officer. Come here and I'll talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. Alright. What do you want?
Hello again, esteemed officer. to crime, romance, and biographies of famous
Okay, what's with the curtains?
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you.
Oh, thank you, baby.
First, let it go, officer. Just go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
Love you. If it's just a storage room, then why does it have the words protecting it?
It's just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like everyone, they don't call it doomed commercial area for nothing. You happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
She closed her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant. Hosts of hosts, she prays, guard me in my honest business. Venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains. How did this curse? Why do you tell me right away it's the curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism. It's dangerous. Talk about the void wraths, Ingazem. Talking about the void wraths.
Wow, void wraths. You have a new word. How does the curse manifest itself?
The curse is much more worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's a curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't the curtains just move? Wait, that's it? I was hoping.
Everyone knows that all the previous companies in the building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off the bad business practices of disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if unwanted here.
Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Seminoese mediators. They provide me with the wards.
Is that pendant a part of the ward?
Oh, this? No, it's special Hemian amulet, blessed by the desert pygmy shamans with a spell of compulsion. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost the sales 15%.
Would you like me to take the case? I can investigate, see if it's a real curse. Oh, we are on a roll today. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what a world-class perfidy looks like. Wait, what if I don't want to lie? You're not lying, you're giving her peace of mind. The means are thus justified. Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
You sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
Returned from the void, a paradetective from a long line of paradetectives.
You're no paradetective. You look nothing like one, and you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
Hey, now. Hey! You need the booze to focus, alright? Lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He suddenly picks up his notebook. I've had my fair share of drinks, but only because it's a spectral realm of paranormal. It's not taxing.
How do you know all of this?
Here we go. I'm the Void Revenant. I have the powers to debat all the bad energies. Your words have brought me here in the first place. Seminoese blood also runs through me.
You're part Seminoese? Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been more chance. The hands of fate guides us.
I'm losing her voice and it's starting to melt into other ones.
But I'm not only the one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You're certain you can help us, keep us safe. I can't allow any collateral damage to take from this.
No problem. Your family is safe. The phantoms are no match for me. She shuffles nervously.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear on it?
On my honor.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about. The entity.
Don't act surprised. You know of these things.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes, the chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing in there.
Cool. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired of doing her voice.
Got a lot of shit on my desk right now, moving shit around.
Farewell, book peddler. Have at thee, cursed curtains.
Pizza.
Give me a second. You see a tattered curtain blocking away. Pull open the curtains. Pull open the curtains. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over them like an omen. A small, terrified O escapes from complacence as she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. Time to pull out the flashlight. Boinkus. Ghostly silhouette of hair dryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Merely looking at the unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. God damn, dude. Knock on the door. Only an echo. No one is there. A hollowed out echo. After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room. You feel the tiny hairs on the back of your neck rise up as if someone's standing right behind you. What is this? Outside, the wind howls in from across the bay. The building at Rue de Saint-Ghislain stands like a matchbox on its side, with men inside like little wooden sticks ready to catch the fire. A panicking woman squeezes a pendant around her neck until it leaves a mark inside of her palm. A man a few meters away stands frozen with a key in his hand. Somewhere inside, a spider is spinning its web. Open the door and enter. I hope I don't get shot.
What is this place?
Looks like a gym to me. Yes, but no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest. What if there's a reason why no one's been here in ages? Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now, let's get a move on, shall we? Sand is dripping from the punching bag. Shot put ball. The poster says Sidious Fortis, the rest is worn out. Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 69 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter? No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of the rubber. The squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knees against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory. A memory from another life when you were young and fit. Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell. You were right. The weights may have fallen off. Better not touch them. What kind of bastard would remove the collars? It would be a felony. It would be violations of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore. Alright, I think this is where our luck ends. Hell no, it doesn't. Damn, Harry. Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barrel up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game. Fuck yeah. A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, you feel like you're strong enough to succeed anything you've ever set your mind to. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know they're... What if they know you're here? Damn, Harry. The hallway is blocked by old window pines and debris. A large demijohn full of strange liquid, and wild animals stare at you from the dark, stuffed and mounted. Why do I feel like I'm gonna get shot? Airship orders. Some shit's moving around. But I have money, so it's okay. Velvet. Oh, the music in here is very unsettling. This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from off the printer. A radio computer. You just sit here without anyone in sight. What he means is that these things cost money. Why would anyone just leave it behind? This is the REM Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with Feld mainframe and a REM-compatible printer. Do you think I should turn it on? We have one of these down at the station, but I never learned how to use it. Turn it on. The machine lights up with some prehistoric animal steering from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. Look at the compartment. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. This is where the memory should go. Let's press plint. Nothing happens. Let's press play. Nothing happens. Press play again. Nothing happens. Alright, leave. There's a door. Here's a map. Of sorts. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kydran mosaic tiles, very Pisonic. Hold on, how do I know about Kydran mosaic tiles? History class, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. These aquarelle blue tiles look beautiful in the sun. What am I looking at? Radio frequencies, it seems, UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9, and some written notes, too sparse and cryptic. Frequencies of what? Unclear. It looks like cardiovascular systems split into veins and capillaries, very advanced. So we're doing something medical here? You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations. All lead back to one heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. The note says this one can listen in on any stations it wants. They must have had a massive air width. These things don't come cheap. Who's a Game Master? Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor of hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency. If it's a game, then who's playing? Whoever decides to call in on the call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the station suggests people of 6 islas would be playing. Mundi, Insundi, Katla, Grad, Samara, and even Imara. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything off like this. My god. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding. What else? Nothing. It's just a line of marble, an echo from time long gone. No one else uses fireplace in ages. Okay. Your flashlight sides of an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles and sketches and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Okay, let's inspect the drawings. These little lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic, translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even aether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are these creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the welkins, towering amongst the rest, appears to be different, however. Examine the welkin, this is important. This is Vaharamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred with cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says all non-welkin races will be purged. The Huldar, the Duarg, the humans, and even the Headless Man, all of them purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all. Lieutenant can't help but comment, an inordinate amount of time has gone into these drawings, these little Welkin creatures. One of the Welkin supremacists. Political commentary. Inspect the photos. The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees groaning under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in storm, animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into the glaciers by boreal dwarg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, these visions are almost cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pine postcard reads, the heat-death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Rial becomes untethered from its sun, drifting into the universe. This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimine, and the GPI span, the darker drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Minimi stands for mini meeting. It's part of a bigger frame of managing work called RUN, or RUN. Station 41 tried to implement a few years ago. As time goes on, the number in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in the region. The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice, field of nothingness, and concludes, it looks like they didn't make it. Inspect the notes. The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can make out 3 logans, call in, tune out, Real Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. The full text reads, Heat Death of the Universe is the new black. Another note, the biggest advancement in the role-playing system since the 30s. Outside, a cold wind wraps around the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore window. It is unwise. Hum, hum, hum. What new item did I get? Oh, that. Okay. Visual calculus of what we're going to put it in. It looks like rhetoric is one that I need. Rhetoric. What does my rhetoric look like? Not great. Let's do rhetoric.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, charger, and fireplace?
Indeed, it is ambitious and untethered from reality, but they were insane if they thought they could do this. Yes, especially in here. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving indeed. So there's a door over there. Steel rotor bearing a slipstream logo. Skis the slipstream. Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business. I don't get it. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the name Slipstream. Both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems like they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing another. But the question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to? That's a good question. Reality is ruthless. Like, with how all the music is playing and everything, I really feel like something's in here with us. It's creepy. Insert the production cube schedule. Press play. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the Ghost of Doom commercial area from its rest? Could this be its disembodied heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air. Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Rue de Saint-Clement. This is East Insulin Repeater, Station 1. Please repeat, is this the production schedule? What's the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. You mean the glowing thing I put inside? Yes, it is the production schedule. Is that the production schedule? Yes. Good. Please repeat the password. This is the police. Please open this thing. I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder, Fortress Accident. Without a filament warrant, little intel, I cannot give you the access to the filament. I'm afraid we're doing that. I'm afraid we're not doing that, unless we can wait for a month. Is it my birthday? No. A hint system is not part of the protocol for a repeater. Password and really bad password. Can you give me a hint? Still no. I don't know the password. Received. I will register this login attempt. Don't worry, passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later. Okay, let's press print. Nothing happens. Okay. I'm gonna leave that in there. Hopefully no one steals it while I'm gone. Scribbled across the notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Through the door we go. So I know there's something that can be done with the bear. Because I saw it on a stream once. You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? Looks like a giant ice bear. The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued on the animal. A sharp slice of light shines through the mysterious belly door. Crack open the door. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. Lieutenant takes a peek inside, his hand on his holster. Relax, Kim, it's a fridge. Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. He relaxes his hand. Take a look inside. The shelves are empty. All you see is a crumpled up ice cream wrappers with the brand name Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. Take the note of the door. Examine one of the ice cream wrappers. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate. What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place? Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. So they try to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore? I know. What an unfortunate marketing decision. What is even worse is the bear is still costing them money to this day. We got a note. The note says... The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface. Does it say anything interesting? This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kids keep stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory from the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home ASAP. It's important. I'll do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sulislaw. Did fucking Kuno steal this? Belongs inside a radio computer storing its memory. Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Really? You don't have a single guess? You mean Kuno? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on film memory, even if he doesn't know what to do with it. He'd probably try to pawn it for speed based on our encounter. I wonder who wrote the note. Looks like someone from the radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left the property lying here. Maybe they had to leave in a hurry. It's a plausible hypothesis. I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the iceberg fridge. Okay. Kuno, you little scamp. Why'd I do that? Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depth. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly ceases. Then, hello? You've awakened the entity. Hello, are you there? Speak to me. Well, that worked. Give me a second. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a sturdy grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. Hey, hey, hey. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try and open it with a regular pry bar. You're wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective. Can you turn the ice cream cake? Turning the cake feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood Dreams. In the distance, you hear the water dripping. It's all gone now. You never become a poet or an entrepreneur. Ow. Minus 20. Pry bar not strong enough. Okay. All of that. I'm not gonna mess with cables. Ooh. Alright, let's see if we can find out who that lady was who's talking to us. Oh, we're here. I'm glad me yelling worked. That was a nice little touch. Alright, so they're on the second floor. They moved the safety curtain after probably getting scared shitless from hearing a bellowing roar come from their... Oh, stairs. Floorboards creaked. Okay, Sesto. Postcard, the Delta 51. I'll have that. Colorful dice of tray, colorful polyhedron dice, hundreds of them.
Hello, I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits on the throne of tools, with emerald light shining through her hair.
Try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with the masquerade for now. She's got a direct view of the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching. What do you mean by Milies?
A Milieu is like a calling station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have been confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
How did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind? I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring, her bones light, but her hands strong. Role-playing games. You know, the one made by Fortress Accident, does that count? Sure, I like role-playing games and I need some
Very
dice.
good. My rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals. It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shelves like stalagmites. Okay, I'd like to order dice from you. Untethered. Ah, yes, Fortress Accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. They're all untethered dice, variation of standard role-playing die, but only instead of plants it uses motifs of ice and death and loss, of course. Ice, death, loss. Sounds like you. I'm thinking something made from an alligator jawbone cast in black resin. The reptile bone is white as ice and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours. Sure. Great. See you in 8 hours then. Okay. Do you know about the lynching? Nothing really. I didn't know him. Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at the notebook, then the woman under the large window. Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening? I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. And you never took your eyes off the work of the window? I might have, but in case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the dark. It's light here, but the dark in the yard at night. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone. What do you mean daily ruckus? Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids, and lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike. But I never saw anyone during the fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. Do you off to work Sundays? It's an odd profession making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home. I see, thank you for your answers. So what is all this? We are inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived, all the other rooms were taken, so I built myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus. Plaisance is right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse. Creative. I've heard this place is cursed. Do you know that people are calling it the doomed area? I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies. Plaisance, the bookshop lady, I've heard about her business is doing rather well. Had the energy spared her somehow? Pleasant's the pleasant woman. The Seminese trinkets, of course. But it... She nods as if it explains everything, but it doesn't. This is merely sarcastic response. Alright, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling rag? Some people say it's a part of the building complex. Hold on, it's part of the Doom? You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. Yes, but it's still a separate building, the most essential. And then there's me. She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie scattered, from knives to carving files and wire cutters. I've been here for 14 years selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million real business idea, yet somehow I survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it? Because you're the source of the curse. Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm a malignant entity? I think it still might be you that's causing this. I'm starting to see there's no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone. More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific? There used to be a hair salon here, right? Yes, I think it was something called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out the working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that world. You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you. A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad. It's not about the haircut, it's about the confidence. What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? I guess it wasn't their time yet. What about the gym? It's merely a gym. It wasn't merely a gym. It was Artemitips Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youths away from drugs and crime. Maybe that's what Kuno needs. Kuno. Who's Kuno? He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile device. Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it will take more than a gym to help that kid. Who's Artemitep? A kind man from Zemisk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym. How did the community project work out? It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinaise even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines. You should have known. What's up with the broken window? Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff mealies. Who would have guessed? What's a snuff mealie? And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just just littering the hallway, and I have no idea how to get rid of it. I need to check something before I keep going. Okay, that should be okay. What's a snuff mealie? A sub-rosa radio station that broadcasts real murderers with real victims. Some pay good money to get a hold of it, get off on it. What does she mean to get off on it? Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-rosas. This isn't our problem. Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. We found stuffed animals. Let it pass. Creepy mannequins. There used to be a fashion altar here. I didn't know insects had any, right? Yeah, the altar didn't know it either. Okay. I'm glad that someone took care of the little guys. I like insects, but insects don't have any brains or feelings. Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protesters took it a little too far. Protesting for the bugs. Skis. The transmissions say that the usual, I imagine. That we've been thinking about up all the new kind of business that can't get away, get started. Men like that are a curse. Let's go with the strange. Let's just finish it off. Fortress Accent, the radio game. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and again. Once, I even saw two of them getting fisticuffs over Real. That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules. Liberal. The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done. What's wrong? What went wrong? Well, I did hear them talk at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest. Really? I'd have seen the product. Did look quite impressive. Really, that they must have been on an ego trip. That's what I thought. Showing up at time work charge. Hey, I can't remember what that's from, but all right. Let's talk about why we're actually here. The bear. Oh boy, the fabled Revachol Ice City. You're in for a treat. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas. All right, what about their other ideas? There was really just one, and it involved picking up the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that can maim you if you ever dare to disturb their bored magazine browsing. What did you expect? Oh, but they did. And they did show up to work, and not alone. There was also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stands. And they already had the bear. She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear? The bear. She repeats, pressing her thumbs into her temples, like trying to suppress a headache. It didn't work. Of course not. The bear is terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well, either, and half the ice cream came malformed and partially melted. I'm sure the bear was doing his best. Maybe, because the taxidermist who made the bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean. How come? He said that the bear was his vision's beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherion. Sounds cool. Megatherion. Oh, okay, I guess we're doing vision beast. It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life, by telling you to do more drugs, mostly. A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs. I've got a vision beast myself. Do you? Well, good luck keeping it under control. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream vision empire. I don't know where I got vision from. Anyways, little sparkling embers under the window. Outside, it's a light. Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud. There's always a threat of snow. Actually, I have other questions. Shivers are so low. Let's leave. Got a lot out of that. Is there something over here? There's nothing over here. Alright, let's find our way back down and tell, Plaisance? That it's... Okay, I was half expecting... Wait, I can interact with this again. But why? Yeah. Okay, I'm not lifting that up. I feel like if I fail, it's gonna cost more than just 1 health. Drinking water. Miss Plaisance, I've got some news for you.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
In the dark sarcophagus.
Yes, what was it?
There's a carnal house of failed business enterprises leeching life energy from this bookstore. Honestly, a dump. Nothing to see there but heaps of garbage. Someone should let the sunshine in.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
The talk to the entity told me about. Her name is Niha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or a malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of doom? How did she explain the curse?
She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. Just don't say you don't have any answers yet. Uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie. She said there's no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. The source is a taxidermist shop. He may be involved in arts darker than taxidermy brought the void spirits down upon this place. Honestly, I don't have an answer yet. There's another more malignant pulling strings Martinaise, perhaps. In my travels, I will cross paths with it. I feel like we still need the fridge for something, so I don't want to like lie to her and then... So we can't go with 3 because it just told me to not. Well, let's go with the taxidermist.
Oh, how horrid. I knew there was something wrong with this place. Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse? Well, of course, I trust my Seminoese wards and charms kept you safe while you were performing the ancient rites. All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of this curse, but still. Thank you, officer.
She so badly wants this curse to be over that she would have believed anything. Alright. So I put it in rhetoric last time. What do I need? What's this one? Who's Xi Ling? I can't remember. Let's... Hum. How does my empathy look like? My empathy is terrible. Do I have anything boosting it? I want my psyche base. We've got more questions for Kuno, so let's do that. Sorry for bouncing my mic. Yeah, I think I do need skill points. So I think skill points can either go into my thought empire, my mental mansion, or it can go into that. Plus, I need to waste more time before I can go talk to the man on the balcony. She's up there, but I have no idea how to get there. Let's waste a little bit of time with Kuno, and then go there. I hate you, Kuno. Hi, friend.
You missed it at show before. A gift came by, completely fucked a tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up. Fucked it good. It was porno.
Wish I could have been there to see it, Kuno. Ah, fuck. Let's talk about your shack again. It's not worth it. 3%. I've been feeling lucky, but not that lucky. Can I? Okay, I was hoping I could just click up there. We can eventually put that away. Disco ass blazer. I feel like she's the one who bought my gun. The girl on the balcony. Don't know why, but it's worth a try. What's up, fuckers? Actually, he's doing taxidermy. Or he's looking at taxidermy. Gotta go. I don't want to talk about my bill, even though I need it in like the next few hours. I guess I could talk to Joyce and see if she can give me more money. Oh, you know what would get me up to the roof? I have so many bottles here, I can get so much money. What would get me up to the roof is probably that blue door in the back. Can I do this again? Possible, challenging. Okay. I'm worried if I don't close the doors. No, not now. Something bad will happen. That looks like a floor plan, so I wish I could look at it. Come on. There we go. Moving my mic around while I'm streaming is a good way to make a bunch of noise. Hey. There we go. Okay, I was hoping that I could just go up that way, but I guess not. Alright, I just need 10 more dollars. Is this Kim? No, this is Kim's door. Yeah. Most checks have a secret difficulty marker. Take the right person. Talking to the right person could reopen a closed white check. Should probably put away my flashlight.
I didn't notice you at first.
Hey, Chefy boy. What is this? Pretty sure that was a tip jar. Do you know what's behind the blue door? He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Why do I have a feeling that that's a pull door? Can I circumvent you and talk to your friends? No, but I can look at the window. It's not time yet. Behind the dock, we're ceiling height window. The hawthorn branch skip this. I feel like I have to go here at night, maybe. I don't give a fuck about you. You racist ass bitch. I guess since we're on the side of town, we could talk to Everett and see if he has any leads on my gun. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals logo. Their logo is a bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm. Good. Insert bottles. Cool. Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo? You should buy more alcohol. Enter the endless cycle of consumption. Bro. I only buy alcohol to give it to Kuno. Do you have anything new for me?
Right to work.
Nope. You're just gonna yell. What's up, manana? Do you have anything new?
Hola, wandering man.
Nope. Hola, ¿cómo está usted? Bien, ¿y tú? I see, I see. Are you gonna let me pass? Is there anything past you?
The unpromising race pupil returns.
I probably should have grabbed that wall. He was off dealing with the body. Oh well, lesson learned. Do. See a container? You can open it. Equip a harbor.
Wait. I think I'm forgetting something. Find the traffic hooligan. That's me. I might have to race back because I don't know if it was get there before 2100 or at 2100. Don't stop me now because I'm doing the jam rock shuffle. I'm gonna run all around. I think I put points in rhetoric, did I not? I did, so we can try the door again. Yes, hello, Container Door. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Didn't think so. Alright. My curiosity grows with each rhetoric point I put in. I'll talk to him on the way out. Bum. Ba-da. Bum bum ba da 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 dum. Yes, hello Everard. I'm sure you've got new and fun stuff for me.
I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such... Now, what can Everard Clare do for you today?
Let's talk about my lost gun. You have nothing new about my lost gun. You are as worthless as you are cockeyed. I don't need my flashlight anymore. Do 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 do. Equip the gun. Do 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 do. Oh, I found out what C does. I just have a hard time navigating all the stairs and stuff, so I let them do it. Let them do the hard things. I mean, I guess we can try the lorry driver, but I have a good feeling he's not going to respond while Kim's around. What's up, punk?
Looking for something?
No, I don't. I'm not. Nor do I. Ooh, wait. The picture. I wonder if the picture I have of Renee will spark that old lady's memory. Grandmama? There's a hunch. Even the game has like some slight difficulty with zigzagging like that. I do need to come up with at least 4 more real. We need to go around this way.
Keeping an eye out for bottles. Maybe Joyce has something new for us? We're kind of at a stump right now. This looks like a job for the good old pry bar. Ooh. I can definitely get up there. And that would be something new, but let's see if Joyce has anything new for us.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I guess I already asked her things. Okay. Do 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 do. I don't know where my phone went. Donde está mi celular? It's lost. It's lost into the void, never to be found again. Do I have to open the door? Hear the clacking of heels. Do you have a warrant? If not, I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant. Let's go. Well, I can pay my bill. Examine the padlock. Knock. I think I know what tools needed. After you, detective. Yes, hello, police here. A flamboyant poster of a white star, real lithography. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name of the plinth reads Krasmazov. Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and theoretical historian. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the turn-of-the-century revolution, where he headed the 11-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism. Mazovian thought or Mazovianism? Why does this tenant have a bust of Krasmazov in their bedroom? The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of young Communard. How fitting. Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm. Oh yeah, I forgot I made him a communist. Woo! Alright. Whoever lives here really needs to learn how economy really works. Yep, I'm a contradictory cop. That's what I am. It's over here. A 9mm. I just rob places, don't mind me. What does my current shirt do? Oh, this is just better then. Wait. Okay. Oh, wait. There's more! +1 logic. Yeah, it's okay. Don't mind me now, just breaking in apartments. This isn't just a 5-pointed star, it's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers, the iconograph of communism, in other words. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to invoke hope, disappointment, and a fear in equal measure. White star upside down symbolizes the toppling of the old order. Also, social democrats were already using it. Deal with antlers. With antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it. Why white? Because white is the color of peace. What does this invoke in me? Gone.
Gone is the glory of hope, and unholy scribblings of impoverished students remain. You are the big communism builder now. If it's you or no one. Why'd that hurt me? Kim. Okay, so I need to go up, but there's more doors. Oh. Moss crawls on the bathroom wall. I feel like I need my flashlight. Okay, let's there we go. Commodore Red. I could drink that. I wonder if I drink it and go straight to bed, if that'll cause any issues. Kim, I feel like you'll correct me if I'm wrong. Ah. Thank you, Kim. I knew you'd come through. Because I'm having a good time. Let's go to the exit. I can't remember where this will put us. Okay, so we're out here now. What happens if I go in here? I don't think I can get any farther on the investigation. Hey, Coonies.
Trying to sneak up on...
Oh, you. Oh, you. So how does one get there? Ah, the other door that says balcony, maybe. Ruination has come. The broken arches betrayed the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor until it happened. Form a guess of what happened. A great force from the northeast fired into the city, and heavy artillery shelled the coastline, fired from the water, a straight shot into Revachol. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling, until it was destroyed and they had direct firing line. Taking the ocean. The waves of Martinaise Inlet roll over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscure the better part of the remains. The arches act as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. Underwater, iron helmets have sunk deep into the sand and the mud. Helmets of soldiers, and their finger bones too, and clavicles littering the ocean floor. Who did this damage? A fleet, the combined armies of the Occident and the Grad, with Mesk volunteers. A 5-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful. The ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow on the water, far in the northeast. Cannons still ready to placate Revachol. Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute on 20 co-aligned arches. They will reach the city in 58 seconds. Hey Kim, do you know who shelled our city? The Coalition. Okay.
Gotta collect that trash. I forgot your name. Cindy Lou Who is now your name. Lock is rusty, you can't get in. The chair is new, someone lives back there.
The piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves, but here you are.
The issue is getting down.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
That's smelling coming from paint. From her paint bucket. It's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil. Is that heavy fuel oil? Red dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise. What did you think I was using? Aquarials? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself, back in Shamrock. Some clever cultural commentary. You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo. I was hoping if I placate her, she would give up her paint supplies a little more freely. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Calling off for a few winters. Hundreds of tiny feet scrape beneath the grate. The rats of the city. Pants! That is probably pry bar. That was probably her money stash. Hey Cindy, I stole your 4 real. I need it to pay rent. Hope you don't mind.
Hello again, officers.
That's a bed in the coal room yours. Oh, not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner. And she does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal. It's not the nicest place, but I guess I'll have to do. It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me, right now I'm not doing nothing at all. Inspiration will come to her once hell is set loose on these streets. It's too calm for her. Really, you're a miner? Yes, I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens. Do you have a real home? Does anyone in a city like this? Cool. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. Why? Stop. Calm down, Harry. Thank you. Revachol is pronounced Revachol, and Ornahe is pronounced Oranya. Ornye. Classier is Classier. Alright, so we got some new stuff. Still have a lot of time to kill before Mr. Smoky Balcony Man can talk. Do I put on better pants? Should I put on better pants? There's nothing that gives me, like, any more authority. I can pop one. Let's pay the man, because I'm gonna be here another night. I didn't put a point in visual calculus. Hey, Lizzie.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Are you the Hardy girl?
Wasting your time.
I am not. You could be, Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model. Even a
Glenn, I went to law school. I'm an attorney. He's right. With a face like that, she could be the cover of La Debutante International. Get a grip, Glenn. She went to law school. So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people. Fuckwad. I guess he doesn't like me. No, Glenn, they aren't. This didn't change her opinion of you. Okay, what if I do it again? He's right, you're very pretty. Okay, she just doesn't like me. What are you going to do to me? What are we going to do to you? She starts laughing. It's a cold laughter devoid of joy. The union isn't going to do anything. It's not a crime syndicate. It's a labor organization. Goddamn right it is. If anything, it is RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Why are you so aggressive? Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers. So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers? We talked to Everett Claire. We know who these men are. The union's militant wing. Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob enforcing the lawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Oxen are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards. Fuck yeah! So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. It's cool and funny. No, it's not. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RV is principled and strong. I like that. Good start. Let's get to step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? Look, a comedian. Do your job or your questions. Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary. Okay, Liz. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey, Gart. Hey, Gart. About my bill for the night. Here you go. You don't add anything, do you? It's all about the money, you know. Cash rules everything about me. Cream! Dollar bills, y'all. I'm surprised that wasn't put into the song. Or, song. The game. Okay, so... Woman stole my gun. I have no idea how to get to her. Can I just yell? Hey, lady. Hey, lady. Okay. I mean, hunch, but maybe it's through here. Get the cream. Dollar bills, y'all. Cash rules everything around me. No, I didn't think so. I was hoping so, but I didn't think so. Isn't there... Yeah, there's a lot of shit up there. Kim's gonna beat you, Harry. Kim's gonna beat you, Harry. He won. How do I get that one? I'm afraid, like, my worry is if I don't get to her tonight, then I'll have no chance of getting to her. Period. Apparently I've been losing frames.
Didn't I already look at this? Yeah, I already looked at this. Did I put point of visual calculus? I did not put a point of visual calculus. So maybe it is Pry Bar City time on the door? I don't know. Excuse me, Titus. It's not time yet. I'm guessing it has to be dark. How does one... I need a key for that door. Huh. Humbum. I don't know, maybe... No. Maybe Gart has something new? I haven't talked to him in a while. And I kind of need to waste a little bit more time before I can talk to Balcony Man. Balcony Man, Balcony Man. He just smokes cigarettes. And then leaves when I can talk to him. Another thing at the Whirling is the phone line's dead. Is it true that there's foul play? Who told you that? Lena. Fine. Ooh, that's new. Scribble between the thighs of a page. Look. Okay. I guess we talked to Joyce? I mean, she's the only one who still has branching things that I still need to get out of her. Do 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 do.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting. Incredible. She shakes her head. Simply incredible. And how is it going? How is detecting produced a gun? How has this detecting produced a gun?
Did he now? Okay. He asked me to open a door. Referral, you mean? I take it this was someone in the RCM. Don't answer that. No, I mean like a real door to someone's house. Oh, a real door? The attendant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon jacket whistles as he looks at you. It was nothing. Of course. Frankly, this was done, but neither of it was illegal. The Union's militant wing organized the lynching. Yes, the Hardy Boys, they're called. I find the name rather amusing, honestly. The company did not send mercenaries after the Union. I told you in a great detail about the mistakes my side made, and of course I accept them completely. I just hope you don't share Everett's view on things. After all he said, one's dead now. The Pine certainly hasn't killed any of theirs. Let's keep it at that way, she means to add, and then doesn't. How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out if they haven't already. We can't discuss the specifics of ongoing investigation, ma'am. Besides, you haven't exactly been forthcoming yourself. That's only fair. I've said all I can. He didn't seem to worry about the whole conflict that's developing. I wouldn't have taken Everett for the saber rattler. Was he surrounded by Union men he wanted to impress? We were alone. Or he wants you and me to believe he's calm and in control. He's a politician. There's always that risk, ma'am, but if I may offer my opinion, he means it. I'm pretty sure he does. I'll think it over, Detective. That's all I've got to say. He asked me to deliver an envelope. Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver? To a nameless settlement down the coast. Ah, yes, I've been meaning to go there. With longing, clear and simple longing, strange. Why does she want to go there? You're quite fond of the village, aren't you? I should be. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in Martinaise. He was an older man and impossibly broad-shouldered. He's probably dead by now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of one another. Yeah. Did I just click something? Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had a boat and don't hold it against me. My paramour certainly did not. Sounds like you miss those times. Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited. Me and my girlfriends from Ozone, with our shiny boats like reavers, we told ourselves we were the worst things to happen to the coast since the coalition landed in '08. Imagine, if so. I'm overradiated, Detective. I do silly things sometimes, out of pale-related sickness. Like, take this job. The moral of the story is, so as a factor in her coming to Martinaise in the first place. Interesting. Do not spend 22 days a year in pale transit. Don't waste your 20s slumming it with your stupid friends, and don't deliver Everett Clare's mail. Are you satisfied, Detective? What else can you do? What else can you tell me about your mail delivery request for Everett? Do you think it will improve this place? He wants to build a youth center. A youth center with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it. Go ahead and help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop you. So you're sad you can't buy this place? Yes, I'm sad. I will never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidated fishing village. She is more defensive about this than usual. You know, I never did interact with this. You take the legal document out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan and the addendum. Look at the zoning plan. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of a great modern ship. Apparently it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing homes. It's 3 stories tall. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center. This is either ominous or a cool architectural choice, hard to say. My money is on cool. Looks like a Q pirate. Pyrite. Kim, what do you think of this? I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but how else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and the citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects. But there's no other way. Alright, 58%. Cool. There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door. What are the ramifications? Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, or even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out. Look, Kim, these people are going to have to move away. Can we do something about it? I shouldn't have seen it. Everett probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed, or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone. However, we'll need to access the coast before we do anything. Everett won't believe you got villager signatures if you can't even get to the village. You can try forgery as soon as we can cross the waterlock. Me. Joyce? Oh, Joyce.
Good. What can I help you with?
I think I said this. He asked me to deliver an envelope. Okay. Yeah. He asked me to deliver an envelope. Da-da-da-da. He wants to build a youth center. Okay. There's nothing. I guess we try Kuno. That's the only person I could think to waste time with aside from Titus, and we started off the stream with Titus killing me. And Kim. Little girl, it's 7 p.m. What are you doing out? Almost 8.
The lights are so pretty when it gets dark.
Shouldn't you be at school or something? I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help my mom keep this place running. Isn't school more important than this? Mom says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mom says a proper worker is dutiful, and that's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. Alright, thanks for the minute. I do appreciate it. Now let's go talk to Big Bad Kuno.
How do you get up there?
Yeah, there's nothing. Kuno, dear boy, I've got questions for you.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Yeah, I didn't think so. Kuno, City of Rage, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so what happened? No! Fuck does Kuno care? No! You told him about it, now he knows you're lame. The city's not fucking lame, you're lame. Kuno's tired of defending Rage City from... Just fuck off, alright? And fuck you too, putting Kuno on the spot like that. Kuno doesn't need to fucking explain his shit. Kuno's king, he rules here. Fuck did you want? Explain himself as if explaining some kind of work. Some kind of avant-garde way of work. I'm intrigued. You must get to the bottom of this. One of these days, sadly. Unlikely gonna happen today. Fucking Kuno doesn't care. Okay, so I need empathy. What do I have that causes empathy? Nothing. Okay. Do you have anything that takes away from empathy? No. Okay, well. Bye, Kuno. Can I talk to you from this side of the fence, Coonies?
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You there behind the fence. What are the strange words you're using, girl?
I come from the woods, Cook de Vittu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see
But wait.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case. Was the case they gave me.
Murder was the case it gave me.
I'll die before I squeeze this kid shit. Fuck.
Get the fuck out of here, face! You got something? Talk to me!
So it's a girl. Interesting.
I'll die before I... You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence. Is there anything else? Nope, okay. Hey, Kuno. What the fuck was that?
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Okay. So we basically balanced out the dice roll. Fuck. Kuno, please stop calling me. Grown-ups have no time for your stupid games. Andrew Alarno. Armor taps, nothing. 24-hour window. You can... wait. You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked the receiver but didn't say anything. Hello, is anyone there? Yes, hello, this is Tricentennial Electronics. This is a woman's voice, crackling and fragile through the static. Have you come to place an order? She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. Her receiver must not be working properly. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream Messier? There is no Tricentennial Electronics listed here. Who's this? I've been inside the building, but I didn't see anyone from Tricentennial. My god. Lieutenant exchanged a look. Sorry? It's you. My god, I didn't think I would hear your voice again. It's a woman and she knows you. Your heart beats faster. She must be mistaking you for someone else. No, something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you? Who are you? Where are you? Michelle, just please. Her breath... she stops and you can hear her breathe heavily. Her breath distorted by an ancient static. Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes and you feel detached from your surroundings. Inside the building, a cold memory hangs. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. She sounds like she's shaking. I thought you didn't care. Michelle, I'm not Michelle, I'm Harry. Ever since I came to work here, it's been different, as if my mind's been wiping clean. Swallow static. It's so nice. I finally get to forget. Forget about what? She sounds like she's about to cry. The cold is deep under your skin, as if you're talking to someone who's 100 years away. Somewhere inside the building, water is flooding the cellar floor. Hello? She doesn't answer. You said it was nice. Forgetting about what? Silence. What just happened? Another seagull. Alright. It's a goodbye then. Alright, volition. We can get back to that one. Back to pushing random buttons. Okay. I'm really interested in this one. What does my volition look like? Not bad. Do I have anything that's boosting it? No. Okay.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam I'm in. What's up?
I wonder if it's time to look at the window. my time. I'm saving just in case I die. Hey, Titus. How's it going?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
I need authority and volition. Chef is still there. I guess I can waste time with you.
Oh, hello, dear. I didn't notice you.
What is this expedition your husband's on? Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect, but they should have returned by now. They were going down to the coast, across the waterlock, to set a few traps. He said he'd be back on Monday. What could keep them? The waterlock! As broken could it be? Wait, who's a scary person? Do you Nah. The waterlock on the other side of the coast is broken. Oh my, what happened to the waterlock? You may not believe it, but some maniac crashed his motor carriage into it. Oh, sweetie, if it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to another sleepless night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, she turns to the lieutenant. Thank you both. You're welcome, ma'am. I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please keep an eye out for my husband. This will surely lead to the cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation. And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him at the whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock has been repaired, and it's cold out there. Accept it. No, I want to hear about the insect. Well, it's a phasmid, technically. Ah, yes, Phasmatodea, a diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, coolly. Oh yeah, here comes the interesting. Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officer. I knew it. The lieutenant sighs. We're going to be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists. It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive. So much so that most establishments establishment zoologists doubt exists at all. Is it dangerous? Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? What do you think makes it a phasmid around here? Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like reeds. Gary sent us the clippings. You seem really excited about that. Does it have cool powers? Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Is it valuable? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Oh, hello, dear.
Cryptids.
There you are again.
You know what, to hell with it. Let's have some more cryptids. The most dangerous cryptid. The Gnome of Jeroma. The Gnome of Jeroma? Oh yes, none of the victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue. What does this cryptid look like? It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and protruding forehead, an ungainly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped in tarpaulin to suffocate it. It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die. If the body of the creature was found, why aren't the detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very lethal species? Alas, the first scientist who got his hand on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking it would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps a real loss of it. We still got more time. Let's talk about another one. Cryobacter catlensis, she answers immediately. Cryobacter catlensis? Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Katla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Migenot about 70 years ago. So what's so special? The bacterial colony Migenot found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate, certainly from before recorded history. Migenot disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life. Was she injected? Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea. It's actually a little hard to see, but go on. World geologist wandering the world. Yes, and she's quite mad too. After she treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible. So that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream. Invisible. What an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are. Of course, all fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them. Shushkin. It's called the Kol Da Ma Ma Dakwa. Its name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Kol Da Ma Ma is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track. Kol Da Ma Ma Dakwa can be translated to a whisper of light and low. A whisper of light and low. Yes, that's another translation. They're both quite lovely, aren't they? Although the low part is a little ironic. The Kol Da Ma Ma Dakwa, or rather is such a high-pitched sound that other animals, including humans, can't hear it. It could be everywhere all the time, and we wouldn't know. Fine, albeit, how can an animal be a sound? Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. And there's no evidence of that theory. Could it be here, right now? It could be. And as I said, it could be everywhere, and we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights. There's evidence. Plenty. There's evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of Areopagite anthropologists, ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they made in the foothills of the Ia mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of birds. The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls. Go on. There's a lot here, and it doesn't exactly add to the story as interesting as it is. Man, I just can't get enough of these cryptids.
14 minutes. I wish we had someone to talk to. Because time only pass. Oh, hey. What was that? Could it be the Kolda Mama Dakwa? No, it probably is just your imagination. Listen more closely. There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring, ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear. Honestly, your ear isn't hearing a whole lot. The distant hum of the industrial harbor, the traffic, but admittedly there is a high-pitched noise somewhere there too. But then, isn't there always? Listen closely first. There it is again. You're about to rediscover a long-lost species. You must be very close. Maybe, just maybe, it'll come toward you. Keep still. It might perch on your shoulder. Let's hold very still. Oh no, the sound. It's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go after it. No, come back, please. Keep your ears peeled, then. I need things, though. I need things, but I want... Okay, cool. I'll build it up soon. I'm curious about... Oh, hold on. What do I have? What do I have? Yep. Okay, let's, yeah, we should do that. That's gonna waste some time. Let's put it in volition. So does that mean I no longer have skill points? That means I no longer have skill points. Okay. It will just take a moment, officer. Voice fades out. Good lib. What do you want? He's carelessly chewing a piece of hard candy. People are worried about me. Oh, it's you. I've lost my memory, all of it. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised. You're not surprised. What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely. You know who I am? Yes, there is no end to misfortunes. Fate has seen fit to rain upon me. Good fortune, you mean, right? Basking in your glory, yeah, practically drowning in it. Please, tell me what your complaint is before I completely submerge. I think I might have had a heart attack. And you survived, congratulations. Are you mobile? Yes. Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also, death is a natural part of life. Accept it. The body is an object and objects break down. Do what you can with yours before the rest goes too. Isn't there anything you can do for me? Wait, what do you want me to do? Blood? What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you how bad things are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? Yes, I want the truth. You want the real honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime. And no, I don't want to hear political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyes shut with cyanocrylite. It looks like Mark Torson. It's not fucking cryoacylite. It's super glue, Doc. They're one and the same. Doc, someone broke my heart. Look, pal, getting pumped and dumped is not a disease. People live through it all the time. You should be happy for her. Do you know who this person was? You must have me confused for a real close personal friend. I'm not. I'm a medical professional and a constant idiot emergency on my hands. Guess that's all for now. Sylvie. What is her number? Kim, did you get... Didn't Garth give you Sylvie's number? Yes, hold on. Received, hold on. Yes, hello? Hello, this is police calling. Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? There's no resentment or tone. She wants you to ask her out, no question about it. Let's just start from the top. You quit your job at the Whirling. Why? You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Alright, I won't push you for it. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't know. Was it you who called the police? No, not me. Do you know who made the call? No, sorry, I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone or the one on the coast. It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later. Okay, next question. Have you seen my badge? Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. This is the exact conversation as that before. My badge is missing. Have you seen it anywhere? Oh, no, I haven't. Sorry. Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Oh, my uniform too. God, I should really look. Have you seen my gun? Please, no, not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective. I showed you my gun? When did that happen? You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and... And what? What did I do? You were waving around everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic. I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, are all over the walls, painting them red. I won't be seeing it because these are my brains. I can't see without my brains." Very nice visual. Okay, why would I have killed myself? Why would I threaten to kill myself? I mean, look at this world. I would love to stay. There's sounds on the other end. Okay, I don't know what to say. Me neither. Let's conclude. No idea. Have you seen my policeman uniform? Uniform? I never saw you in any other uniform. You had your things on, the disco things. In the trash. Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash can, thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that. Anything else? She doesn't sound like she's actually sorry. Do you want to grab a cup of coffee? Absolutely not. Put that back in. That came so fast that you can't but wonder what else would... that came so fast you can't but wonder what else would she be good at. Yes, what else would she be good at? Baseball? Ring-a-bell quiz shows? Catching keys in the air? Petting an angry cat? That's all I need. Shouldn't have asked her out. Okay. Is that a right check? Oh, this is spiraling out of control.
Oh, fuck. Was that a red check? Poop. Alright, well. It'll show up here. Her name was Elvie or something like that. Yeah, it was a red check. Yay! Okay, so let's do this while we're here, and then we will run over and talk to Balcony Man. Still no. Alright. I think I can go in through here. There's a penis on the door. A penis. Hey, friend.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by the city lights, its distant street and motorways flashing like diamonds. And his shirt is unbuttoned. Yes, the cleaning lady lives in.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Ignore the question.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you, and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
Very well. That's nice. But I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush. Besides, I've got to run. It's got to leave again. Oh, that's sad. Run where? To the city. It's a beautiful night. A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club, music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and as the chemicals hit his nervous system, 1,000 shivers ripple through his body. Well, if you promise I'll talk again, it's important. Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as if he's saying these words. We'll talk, just not tonight. Take care. Yeah, let's take the robe. Just exploring everything in case it adds a little bit more.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in the business casual removes his cufflinks. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of
My name
appearance.
is Charles Villedron. I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Sir Leclerc. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I'm here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Oh, we got it from an atelier, and that's really all I can tell you about it.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods you to proceed. It's an official like you doing it, Martinaise. The coalition is looking out for the price stabilité. Inflammation is a killer, like a heart disease, blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. So you're some kind of bureaucrat. As I said before, I am a commissioner for the Sur la Clef, working for the Institut Prestibilité. He glances at his watch. This is one of the main projects of the Morlatern. Wait, there is an actual Institute of Prestibilité? Is there? Or maybe there is... God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Morlatern is joking or not. It's the most important thing. That doesn't tell me anything. Its essential goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stabilité is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stabilité. Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change. Precisamente. Too much inflammation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stabilité works to keep inflation just below 2%. That is fascinating. But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%. You're not answering my questions at all. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stabilité. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet? Sure. The sound of monetary policing, blah, blah, blah. He pats his pocket. Okay, what are you doing here? Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. He smiles. It's enough. So you actually witnessed the lynching. I'm sorry to say I did, officer. Start from the beginning. Officers, it's very difficult to describe what I saw, and it is so surreal to me, like in a play. What do you mean, like in a play? It was so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that they came in carrying what looked like a body, and then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood I should not be seeing this. Sounds like the victim was unconscious or at least incapacitated. Interesting. How many were there? I cannot tell you exactly. Less than 10, maybe 8. Lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that. What happened next? I went back inside. Were you able to see anything from inside? Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear the voices. They were threatening to kill the poor man. Were they men, women? All men, I presume. What ethnicity? I believe they were mostly white. I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them, and I'm certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent. What happened next? Well, that's the strange part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching. What do you mean, nothing happened? Eventually, the shouts died down, and that was all. There was no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything. What didn't you call... Yes, that does seem strange. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add. About what time was this happening, approximately? All I can say is that it was late. You didn't check your watch? My watch? Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take. So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you? No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day. That's all my questions. Thanks. Can you tell me about your friend? Ah, my friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. He understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters. To become friends.
Someone's baby's crying. No, listen. The Insaludian Bay. What about it? The place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away. I was asking about your friend. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee. See him told... Nope. You haven't told me who he is. Sorry, who? Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. But I told you, officer, he's a bright young man. Fine, but what's his real name? Officer, you have to understand, I can't give you his personal information. So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts. He's deeply enmeshed in the study of fine arts, yes. Which arts? He's truly a free spirit, okay? Okay. Why didn't you call the RCM? You're right, of course. That was one thing. Yeah. You did check your watch. A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again. Hold on, why can't we talk later? It's because it's against diplomatic best.
Was there anything else?
We're speed running. Alright, I think that's all we could get from him. Oh, that was a lot. I should be able to pick up my dice. I think it's been 8 hours. I can't remember when I talked to her, though. I failed the volition test. And then I think I put points in visual calculus. Yeah. Do you have something new now that I've talked to you?
Trying to sneak.
Nope. You're very, very useful, Kunoise. Kunoise. Oh. Whoa, what do we have here? A bridge? A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one. Kim. Looks like... True, they never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of our shell looks better, though. Lieutenant, what about the splinters? The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time. After all, it's nothing to worry about, shall we? Huh.
There we go. Okay, we've been through this before. So basically hit the wall, and then turned around, and then we know that they zoomed off. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna let Kim go to bed. We're gonna explore on our own. Oh wait, the window. Hmm.
Can I help you?
So I talked to Sylvie. God. But he should be. Lay it on him. I'm not doing one. I don't want to lay that on him. Of course you do. Okay. Wonderful. It is. It's wonderful. What? No time for lecture point as you're losing at her nasty mind games. Just drill the inside of your mouth with your tongue. What else do you need? Or you broke the bird. I missed something. He looks at you spinning your arms and leans on the corner and sighs. He drops his head between his shoulders, heavily defeated. She broke the bird, you know, the great skua. I found it on the ground with the broken wing on the morning she left. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my ass. Or you broke the bird? It can easily be that. Yes, the bird is connected to all this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it. Or, you know, maybe I broke it. No, it was her. She's off to ride that carousel you told me about. Cock carousel. I understand now. Now let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment on my own. And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? Another situation fixed by Dr. Love.
Yes?
I've considered it. His voice is somber, he says to the door. So it's true. It would be immensely ugly of them not to mention a professional, but I also think it's somewhat unlikely. What is that? I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinaise, reaches back to the 30s, as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinaise. I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win. Ha, so you are their finest. I'm the finest of nothing. Do you really see me as a safe bet? Safe? No, but you're old and you've made it this far. Something has brought you, though. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is, but it's there. So, no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. But even if they did, they're in for a surprise. Beep 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 beep. You know what? I think this is a good place to call it. We're gonna go on up to bed. I don't know what I do with my phone. It's okay. Let's see. Oh, no. Close the door. Does my brain have anything to talk to me? The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and you try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bud. Waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
But this is suffering. But the suffering, it must have some kind of meaning. A story that will come of it. Perhaps even a story that you will write. These are my justicers. He'll endure this pain and dignity. Wait, wasn't this expressed to fuck all burrow? I'm an artist and liver damage is my art. I think I need medical attention.
Oh yes, they'll check you out, give you some pills, make it all okay. The Wonder Makers.
Don't be stupid, Harry. It's not happening. They don't make new kidneys and livers in hospital. All you've got to do is pray to God it passes, while you stare at the flickering darkness.
You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that? Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
Some of them are nice, and others are scared. At least they're interesting. Each one has a process like yours, running in the space between their ears full of secrets. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves, a great democracy of creatures.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Alright. With that, that's where we're going to end it for today. Just going to save up real quick like.
Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. It was a long one because I had the day off today, so that was fun. If you enjoyed what you watch, please feel free to hit that follow button for notifications on when I'm going to stream some more, which will probably be Wednesday evening. Thank you all, and have a good night.